High school burnout. Future McDonald's employee. Stoner. Nerd. An embarrassment to your grandfather. A perfectly good waste of 4.5 minutes. The best boyfriend I've ever had. And cute too. The worst guy I've ever met. A real expletive. An above average chess player. Philly cheesesteak. I try to keep busy with chess, improving my strategy in and out of the game. My grandfather taught me everything there is to know about it. He was also a horrible racist, but you pick and choose what you want to remember, you know? What's the 411, Dano?
What?
Why are you calling me?
Philip, this is no time for your weird little lingo.
You'll never just call me Phil. What's wrong, Danny? Did you accidentally use Internet Explorer again?
Sam's gone, man.
Gone?
Philip, stop.
What? Gone? What?
Stop.
What do you mean gone?
Just
Like,
let me.
what are you
Philip?
talking about? Gone?
Phil, shut up.
This is serious. Alright, Danny, I'm listening.
Everyone we've gone to high school with has been sharing this over Facebook. Missing. Our daughter, Samantha Ann Hart, has been missing for over 41 hours since Saturday, July 10th.
You know I'm not on any social media, Danny.
It's got her most recent
The
picture.
only platform I would want to be on is one that I could jump off a 10-story building from if anyone ever tried to make a Twitter for me.
Now's not the time to be making light of death, Philip. She's been gone almost 2 days. What the hell do you think that means?
Sam's a bottle rocket in the middle of a funeral, Dan.
But did she ever disappear to Slong when you guys were dating?
We didn't date! She would get all blustery with me, her parents, Russell, and she would scram for a hot second before reappearing. But never this long.
Philip, you know what this means.
I do. No, I don't.
Poke your nose around and see what you can find.
Danny.
And don't tell me the police will handle this. You know they'll ask the family where she hangs out most, they'll do a few searches, sniff around, and come up blank. You know the territory, all those scuzzy potheads.
You've got such a way with words. You'd never know you stay behind a computer all day eating Cheetos in that gallon of water you guzzle like an alcoholic dolphin.
Take your comedian's mask off for 2 seconds. You and I both know the whirlwind Sam was mixed up in. She would be lying face down in a ditch, becoming a vulture buffet, and the next hot topic on Channel 5. Or she could be in the whereabouts of a place you recognize and you could save her.
Or she could be pulling one of her hissy fits and be pouting in the woods like
Regardless, you need to look for her, Philip. I know that it ended up all going to hell with you two, but you have to be the better man and find her.
Don't you realize who this means I have to talk to?
Aren't you already friends with the druggies?
I went cold turkey after I graduated and everything went down.
But you're saying you'll do it?
It'll get you back to your ones and zeros, but I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah, okay. I don't care if you have to play pretend. Just find her.
I was actually a pretty straight arrow coming into high school. I'd only had one drink with my friend in his garage, snuck it past his old man when he was passed out. I never got into the green scene until I had geometry with an African-American gentleman named Kendrick Ellerman. You wouldn't find that out, though. You would only see it on the roll call. To everyone else, he was foggy. We had assigned seats next to each other in algebra. One of the most charismatic beings you'll ever meet. Everyone wanted to be him, but they had to settle trying to emulate him or be friends with him. His back and forths with teachers were legendary. One time we made our substitute cry from laughing so hard she forgot to give out homework. He was naturally popular and had a lot of flings, but everyone knew he only had one love. First name Mary, last name Jane. Foggy's Achilles heel was the leaf, and he lost girlfriends, class time, and a diploma due to his devotion to her. He knew he was going to fail, so he pulled a kamikaze and dropped out his senior year. You would have thought someone had died at our school by how quiet things were in the halls. After we hit it off in math class, Foggy took me under his wing. A wing peppered with video games, cute high school girls, parties, and grass. He got even funnier under the influence, don't ask me how. He tried to text me, saying he wanted to reconnect, but I thought better of it. Foggy's not a chessboard. Sometimes he's not so easy to read. Come to think of it, one of Foggy's parties is where I first met Sam. I think we all know that he had a crush on her in the back of our heads. Go figure.
Uncle Phil!
He always calls me that.
How's it going, brother? It's been a minute since I've seen you.
It has. How you been, Foggy?
Just dedicated to getting medicated. Can I get you anything?
I'll pass. And not in the way you're thinking.
Whoa. Pause. You drop off the Raider and now you're giving up the green?
What can I say?
Guess it's freezing as in hell as we speak. I better grab my sweater.
It's not what I really came to talk about, Fog.
Yeah, I can take a guess.
So you've heard about Sam then? I figured you'd be the first one to know about it.
I ain't got a thing for her, man. Why y'all always put that on me? But yeah, I've seen it.
Danny relayed it all to me. I'm worried about her.
No offense, but I didn't think you would.
It's understandable the way things ended.
Y'all were going at it. I thought fists were about to fly. No offense, but my chips were stacked on her.
Any reasonable man would have. Sam was a stingray when you swam too close to her. She looked like she was ready to kill me by the end of the night.
That's why I'm so confused. Why are you bothering?
Right now, I can't even tell you. Part of it's Danny being the angel on my shoulder.
Brother, you don't have to worry about no one in this world. But I respect what you're doing. What do you need?
Well, when's the last time you saw her?
When she was about to rip your damn head off your shoulders. Let me think. Last time that comes to mind is seeing her with Sid.
Figures. Plus, I felt like getting murdered today. So, how long ago was this?
Week and a half?
Where at?
Grocery store by Route 7.
Did she look faded?
Like a blackboard after a school day.
Jesus. Foggy, you gotta help me find her.
Brother, I can't help you there.
Why not?
I don't even want to get mixed up with Sid's bunch. I stopped hanging around with them.
Yeah, but, Foggy, if the two of us...
I'm not gonna put my foot down. Uncle Phil, can I get you something?
Listen to me. I can't just stroll...
Phil, you know what they did to Danny.
You're right. I'm sorry.
It's a hard game out there. Hard in those chess games you used to whoop my ass in.
Well, thanks, Foggy. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Please do, brother.
Here's the truth, and you all deserve it because you've stuck with me this long. My falling out with Sam was the last time I talked to her. We were actually talking about sobriety. Mine. At that point, she'd been sober for exactly a month. I remember because she wouldn't shut up about it. One of Sid's goons was throwing a party while his parents were gone. Sam and I went and we just erupted at each other. I told her I liked her better when she was as baked as a chocolate chip cookie and she smacked me. She kept telling me to hit her back and I never would. She shoved past everyone and ran out. That's the last time I ever saw her. Wonder who it could be. What do you need, Danny?
You, actually, do you think you could come over for a little bit?
Is it urgent? I just got back home.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh. Okay, I'll be over in a minute.
Hey, Philip, I'm in the...
I know where you are. Oh, got Old Faithful by your side. What happened to your hand?
Yeah, fell in the shower. Downside to being a cripple, you can't even take a shower without hurting yourself in some way.
What set your trousers on fire, Dan? Why'd I need to grace you with my presence?
I forget. You know, I guess it wasn't really urgent. Just wanted to see, how you were doing, face to face.
This is weird. This is weird. Danny, quit drinking that gallon of water you got going over there and quit clamming up on me.
Sorry, Philip. Guess I was just trying to bridge the gap in conversation. Speaking of time fillers, don't you love it when you and I play cards? Like bridge, Philip?
Would you like me to throw you off a bridge, Danny?
He's trying to be cute, Bill.
Bridget?
In the flesh.
Oh, quite a bit of it.
You have a problem?
I have questions.
I have answers.
I desperately have to pee. What? That gallon of water doesn't drink itself.
I just stopped by to catch up.
At Danny's house. And not mine. You could have milked answers out of Danny, but no. He's the bait. And here's your prize bass, all dripping wet and ready for you.
Well, you're not that happy to see me, though I can't see why I'm quite the dime.
You're a couple pennies short.
Maybe I could change that.
No, you're not here for my company. Your intentions are crystal clear.
I haven't even asked a question yet. You know what they say about people who assume.
Yeah, leave me out of it, and it's just you and an ass. Speaking of which, where is he? I would have seen his trail of drool when he was walking in behind you.
You're talking about Sid and me? That's yesterday's headlines.
The ink's still wet.
Couldn't be staler. Me and him parted ways about a month ago when everyone thought you dropped off the planet.
I did. Don't come catch me. And don't come looking about answers for Sam.
You know something?
Probably as much as you.
You don't know what I know. Who have you talked to?
An old friend of ours.
Foggy. Of course you talked to that idiot. What did he know?
I didn't say Foggy. You implied that. Plus, if we're talking Foggy, it's not so bad.
He's not one of my favorite exes, but I don't mean to interrogate. Please pardon if I'm a bit nosy.
Well, there's no set on this trail. My source said Sam was with Sid. I thought Sid was with you, and now we're both here in Danny's bedroom looking like a couple of fools. Funny how life works.
I thought she was with you, Phil. I always thought she was with you. That's why I never made any advances.
Well, there are two things wrong with that. One, you always made advances, and two, we were never together.
Stop all that. You and Sam at least had a relationship. What Foggy and I had was barely that. What, it lasted like a month? What Sid and I had? Well, it lasted a year. That's something, right?
Drugs numb me to how dirty Sid was. And hanging out with all them, it was a family. But it was so twisted. We got fueled up on anything Sid poured into our hands. How did he let you out? How are you free? How are you alive?
Doesn't matter. Do you know why I came here?
To flirt answers out of me? I already told you what I know.
I have answers. That is if you want to know where I last saw Sam.
So she was with Sid.
Stop jumping to conclusions and listen. She was at the cemetery.
Don't play with me. Are you saying she's dead?
Do not ever interrupt me again. I am not just a pretty face that you can bark at as you please. She was at the cemetery 3 days ago because she was visiting Russell's grave.
Go on.
She was kneeling over it. I couldn't tell if she was crying or not.
How do you know it was Russell's?
I have no recollection of that. But I do know if you get tired of playing those chess games by yourself, you can give me a call.
Down, girl.
Do not treat me like a dog.
Why? Because now you're off Sid's leash?
Because I'm more like a cat, and if you keep rubbing me the wrong way, I'll scratch your face out.
Woof.
So, give me a call if you hear anything else about Sam. I do hope someone finds her. Someone needs to start taking care of that girl.
She's the one needing taken care of.
What was that?
Goodbye, Bridget.
There was no way in hell I was interrupting that exchange.
Oh, so you heard it all, huh?
Mostly. So she was with Sid's crew a week ago, and now she's visiting her late boyfriend's grave?
After Russell bit it, she went back on her sobriety is life rant and tried to drink the thought of him away. I dropped off the radar after what Sid and his goons did to you and, well, ultimately Russell. But she wouldn't be plastered the one day and then at his grave the next.
Someone's yanking your chain, man.
And Bridget's got a pretty tight grip.
You don't think Foggy would have a motive?
Well, he could have, but I just don't see Sid letting his golden trophy out of his possession undented, you know?
You think she stole with Mars?
Wouldn't surprise me. Grave story could have been to throw me off course.
I suspect a lot.
She's a lot. Give me a call, Phil.
I'm gonna try and stay positive in this one. Maybe we can take what she said at face value. Who knows? Maybe by the end of all this, we'll be thanking her when we finally find Sam.
Maybe you can thank her boyfriend for your legs while you're at it. Danny's been trying to contact friends of Sid. But very indirect. None of them seem to know where Sam is, though. If Sid's birds aren't squawking, then how are we gonna find out where she is? Any luck, Dan?
Nah, I'm losing hope, man.
What happened to Mr. Brightside?
Oh, he got thrown off a cliff when I couldn't find any leads.
You know, you're treading thin ice by even talking to someone close to Sid.
Yeah, but Sam...
Yeah, Sam wouldn't want you to lose your arms, too. Danny, it's alright. We'll pick up the same place tomorrow.
Oh, wait, I got a message from Ruby.
Ruby, fantastic! What'd she say?
Play cool.
What?
Evening, ladies.
Oh, Mr. Mars, I wasn't expecting you.
They never do. Danny, Donnie, whatever your name is. Calm down. I'm just here to talk. Especially to you, Phil.
Yeah, of course. Coming into someone's house, get shot with a pretty girl and a sinister tone might be strange to some, but to you, I guess it's just a Monday, Sid.
Philly cheesesteaks. You always were the one with the jokes, you know? That's why I liked you. That's why I missed you. You always were one wild white cracker. So how's it been with you?
Well, just staying alive. Kind of want to keep it that way.
So what makes you think my intentions are anything but good?
Ruby, nice to see you.
Hey, Phil.
So, when did you two start dating?
Don't go making things weird now, man. Ruby just came over this morning. We were just talking to hang out, you know? It's not like we're dating, like, you know, you and Sam were, right? Or, you know, how me and Bridget were. No. No one was ever like me and Bridget.
I'll take your word for it.
And no one passed me well, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you think that, but people saying what they think doesn't always line up with their action, does it, Phil?
What are you getting at, Sid?
I know Bridget was talking to you.
She told you?
A little birdie told me. How about that?
I don't know what she's saying, Sid, but she did come over, but it was strictly business. Strictly business.
I'm sure, Phil.
Listen, I don't know what lies she's telling me.
Lies? You think my girl's a liar?
No, I meant she's still a liar, but we didn't do anything, I promise.
I was in the bathroom the entire time. They were just flirting.
Well, Danny, you can put your hammer away as you have just nailed me into my own coffin.
Stop. You're done. I've heard everything I need to do. Ruby?
I've been a little occupied for the last few minutes, so I didn't get the chance to tell you guys why Ruby next to Sid Mars is like a liberal at an NRA rally. Ruby's been Sam's best friend since before they could talk. She stayed with her when she got into drugs with Sid's crew and her sobriety, and I guess she ditched her when Sam got back on the bottle after Russell died. How else could you explain this?
Take candy cane over there, Ruby. Now tell me, Phil, why are we here again?
Because you couldn't find a pool of sharks or a vat of acid for your evil lair?
Okay, look. You swam up my dock before. You've been in my house before. You smoked my weed before. Don't I sound charitable now, Danny? What's his gripe?
Wouldn't know. Who wouldn't want to talk to the guy that shot him in the hip?
Collateral damage. He's alive, isn't he? Ruby, ain't I charitable?
Sure, Sid.
She knows I'm generous. We've only been talking for about a day. So, Phil, has any of this persuaded you to tell me that little bit of information I need to know?
You haven't specified.
I shouldn't have to. You know what I want.
You want Bridget? I don't have her.
Sam, you idiot. Where is she? I'm not gonna be the third person you dupe today.
Why do you think Bridget stopped by already? Huh? I have no earthly idea, okay? Sam would switch out her hideouts all the time, and when I finally came to one of them, she wouldn't tell me anything.
This doesn't add up. You two were inseparable. It doesn't add up.
Tell me about it.
Last person she hung out with this much was Russell.
Don't you dare speak his name.
You know, kid, Russell had a lot of debts to pay. Russell had a lot of promises that are now really broken. Russell smoked a lot of grass. And Russell liked to hide behind his little girlfriend, Sam.
It was a week before graduation, you monster.
What does it matter? I'm just glad I put some fear into him. You know, I should thank whoever did that drive-by, by the way. It just kind of, you know, sucks because you just happened to be at the wrong spot at the wrong place. So I hear anyway.
He couldn't deal with the guilt. He was already so tortured.
That's why he jumped off his own house, Sid. His blood's on your hands. You did this.
My hands are cleaner than the soap you use. Philly cheesesteak.
You turned Sam back into an alcoholic. You made Danny a cripple. Ruby, are you listening to this? Why are you hanging out with him? What do you want, Sid? Money? I have none. Bridget? You obviously keep in fine contact with her. Sam? If she's not with you, who knows where she is?
I've been patient with her trying to pay off Russell's debts and all, but it's really getting to that point. I like Sam, I really do. I even tried to let her go on and just slowly try to pay me. I mean, 1 minute she's telling me, oh, hey, I'll have it by next week, this Friday, in fact. And then, you know, the next day, she's gone, poof, like a ghost, and I can't find her.
Last Friday. That was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
That's when Bridget said they were around. Wouldn't Bridget have told you that?
What? No, I haven't talked to her in a month.
Then who told you she came to Danny's house?
What? Shut up, I'm sick of going in circles with you. I can't keep doing this, I gotta cover my tracks. Because, you know, people, if I don't do anything, people are gonna say you with Bridget.
Sid, no!
You know what? What's the point of him? Bill, he's not a person. He's a reminder of what I did. Yeah, I did it. You know how you force a response out of somebody? You go after the ones they care about. And you know, I cared about Sam. And since you won't tell me what I need to know, I'm just gonna have to go after somebody you care about. Ruby, watch after him. I gotta go make a call.
Danny!
Play it cool, huh?
You two idiots are gonna play detective. You might try acting like some. I'm not with Sid, Phil. I've been flirting with him all day to get some information on where Sam is.
He wasn't suspicious?
He sees a girl in a sundress, and he turns into a toddler.
All this time could have been saved. Danny, why didn't you hit Ruby up?
I turned everything off. It was overwhelming. Everyone just assumed I knew where Sam was.
I can certainly relate. We've got to act quick, Ruby. I don't know when Sid's coming back. Do you know who he's talking to?
No clue. He let me get near him, but I never got to see his phone.
How close did you let him get?
Not close enough to see this.
Slow your jets there, striptease. I think you'd have to go on a second date for that.
So, you've been recording him all day?
All those hours of listening to him talk about how much weed he sold was worth it for the last 5 minutes with you two.
Danny, you're a tech wizard. You didn't think of bugging yourself before Sid hauled you away?
Oh yes, I should have used my cripple ESP and predicted that we'd be kidnapped by a drug dealer.
Now, with all the tech junk you own, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility if you owned a waterproof...
Jesus Christ, you two lovebirds should get a room. One not by a dock with a murderous drug dealer.
She's right, Dan. And plus, I've got an idea.
Now's not the ideal time for ideas, Philip.
I think I know where Sam is.
Where?
Shh, where? I don't want to say. I might be wrong about the trail.
Alright, if it's any inkling of an idea to help find out where Sammy is, I'll risk it. I'll take him back to Danny's house, and I'll file a report on Sid.
How are you gonna get me past him?
I'll take one for the team.
What does that mean?
She's gonna light one up with Sid. He's a drug dealer because when he smokes weed, his body slows down after a couple of hits. I remember one time he slept through an entire party after just one puff.
How do you know he's gonna smoke with you?
He'll smoke with me.
That's what you call a trooper. I'm gonna try my best with this, Ruby. If I don't make it out of this, make sure Sid gets what's coming to him. And Danny, I'm not usually sentimental, but I gotta say this past day has really made me appreciate our...
Oh, just go find her, you ham!
He knows me well. Why didn't I just do that earlier?
Uncle Phil, what are you doing here, brother?
Thought I'd drop by, Foggy.
And you walked an hour to get here right after you tried to drown him? That's crazy, man.
Ruby will take care of him. Foggy, you wouldn't happen to have any chess sets, would you?
You know I had to get me one when we started hanging out. Even though you whoop my butt every time. Let me go get it. You can sit down.
hope I'm not wrong about this.
Alright, so I might be a little foggy, but we'll see how this goes.
It's no problem. So Sid did say something earlier that I was kind of interested if you had an answer for me for.
Uh-huh. What was that?
Well, this might have been a miscommunication, but earlier today, Sid said that he wasn't going to be the third person that I duped today. He only knew about Bridget, so how would he known about us?
Well, Ruby was there. And that makes 3, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, maybe. But there's one more thing that's kind of pecking at me. Who would have informed him in the first place?
Bridget, obviously. Seems like she's still connected with them. Man, I'm glad I dropped her craziness when I did. You know what I mean, Phil? If I had
Right. But Sid said that he hadn't talked to her in a month. Now something doesn't add up. I'm not saying I'm taking Sid Marr's word as gospel. But who would have told him about the two of us? Someone who lives a stone's throw away from Danny and me. Someone who might have a motive to keep Sam's location hidden. Maybe someone with a beef that Bridget was interested in me while she was dating them. And someone who had quite a little crush on Sam? Know anybody? Or is your memory getting a little foggy?
That was cheesy.
I know. Why'd you do it, Kendrick?
You better shut your mouth, Uncle Phil. You don't know what you're...
Where is she?
Sam! I brought you into this world, Phil. You were another flannel-wearing nerd before I got a hold of you, until you leached onto my popularity. I felt bad for you, right? This loser in my math class. Sure, I'll look out for him. You weren't supposed to make friends with Sam. You weren't supposed to get that close. Then that manic-depressive Russell comes along, and they actually date. Now he's a part of the circle that I created. Oh no, that's not how it works. Why do you think I got so close to him in the first place? Who do you think told Sid where his house was?
You're the reason Danny was crippled. Why Russell killed himself. It was all you. Because of a crush!
See, Phil, not enough kush in the world can make you understand. When a girl like Sam comes along, she doesn't deserve some wisecracking jackass or a boy who cries at his own shadow. She deserves...
Sam!
I've been listening to that for the past 2 days. Jesus. Were you trying to hug me, you nerd?
Well, I think I'm allowed to after this day, Samantha Hart. Jesus! I knew Foggy had you hidden somewhere, but...
I was able to jimmy the lock about an hour ago. I needed to wait till he was finally asleep.
He's been awake this whole time?
Yes, let me explain. About a month or so after graduation, I finally got clean. But, and this is on me, I'd already mooched a lot of drinks off Sid. Probably because Russell never paid off his debts, he wanted some sort of payoff from me. I'm more broke than a preschooler's Lego castle, Phil.
God, I do love her.
He was leaning on me. I needed a place to ditch, so I stayed with a friend for a few days. But then their parents were coming home, so I hit Foggy up and he said his were on vacation.
And shacking up with me didn't even, cross your mind?
Hey, dingbat. People would think that's the first place that I would go to. Bridget was obviously snooping around you.
So, you heard everything, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, I got to his house and he started smoking, and he went into this whole tirade about how he wished that I'd given him a chance, and how we were meant to be, and how our signs lined up, and ugh, Phil, it was a nightmare. He wouldn't let me leave.
you didn't have your phone on you?
I left my phone at home. Who knows what kind of GPS CIA crap Sid has?
Well, as usual, the world stopped turning because you left the picture for 2 minutes. Your parents were worried sick and Danny was hysterical.
Oh, Danny, I love him. How is he?
What?
How did I stand you?
More like how could you have just up and left me, Sam?
Is that what's important right now? As my late boyfriend rots in a grave, Sid Mars almost claims another victim, and Foggy is splayed out next to you?
I guess that shows you how much Foggy wanted you if he tipped off Sid on Russell and me. He's almost worse.
I know. I want to throw him in a volcano and smoke his ashes.
Going out like he lived, I guess.
Revenge doesn't get anyone anywhere. Revenge is Sid's fuel. We can't play by his rules.
He'll be playing by the warden's rules once Ruby gets a hold of the cops.
I'm just glad that someone finally has some hard evidence against him. As if Russell wasn't enough.
Jeez, Sam, can I hug you now?
Don't even think about it, nerd.
Even you need a hug every now and again. Well, why did you stop talking to me?
I was going to talk to you. Then Russ did what he did. I got lost in my own head. Sid had me under his palm, and I was angry that the last time I talked to Russ, it was a fight over you.
Me?
Yeah, he was really insecure. A really jealous guy.
What? Of what? You and me?
I mean, yeah. I spent more time with you than him. People always thought we were dating, Phil.
But we weren't!
Remember what I always told you?
The one way to make sure you stay friends with someone forever is you don't date them.
And look what happened to the guy I dated.
That wasn't your fault though, Sam. It was... well, ultimately it was Foggy. But he and Sid will both be off the streets now. Things can go back to their natural order.
I just want to go back in time, scrub out the drugs and the alcohol, and actually have a life that doesn't end up like this.
Scrub out the drugs and alcohol and you have... me, presently. I don't know if that's what you want. Today just made me realize how much I've missed you as a friend. I almost got killed twice, and well, had Bridget hit on me.
I don't know which is worse.
But we can try to go back to how things were.
I guess I can deal with that. Dweeb.
We better let the real authorities know about Foggy. I'm officially hanging up my badge. Don't go missing again. All you're gonna have is Danny and his gallon of water hobbling around the city trying to find you.
Oh, shut up. You know Ruby will.
Phil? Did we start playing chess? Who won?
I did, Foggy. I called Checkmate.